Hello, this is Jordan Krizik, and here's my internal and external publics for Natoma School District, USD 399. So for the left hand side, we have the internal communications. So I've deemed these the individuals that work within the organization, so within the school. And first up to the top left, we have the administration. So this is the superintendent slash principal. Since we are such a small district, we do have one individual that occupies that role. Then next we have the faculty and staff. So this will include the teachers, the janitorial, cooking, or the kitchen staff, everyone that really works within the school. And then next up we have the school board. And then lastly, to the bottom left, we have the students for the internal communications. And then for the external communications to the right, top right, we have the parents of the students, community members, any key stakeholders that may like to be involved with the school organization, business partners, and also the organizations that kind of make up around the town and maybe outside of the school. So for instance, the PTO, Lions Club, and the Lutheran Church, just for instance. So we'll start off with the selection process. I haven't really seen any of those websites, so I kind of just looked at a few. I was looking at that MindMeister. It's pretty tough to figure out, so I kind of went to Creately. So that one seemed to work the best for me, anyways, easiest for me to figure out. The creation process, at first it was difficult. Getting the lines to match up was probably the hardest parts. I mean, they're kind of jungled in the middle right there, but after I kind of started to familiarize myself with it, I was able to kind of make sense of it and get it color coordinated at least. For the public's description, so I really feel that all these little groups do have two-way communications with the school or with each other. It's very back and forth, face-to-face, email, phone calls, I mean, whatever it may be. And since it is a small town, we don't have a newspaper or news station, so a lot of it will come from email, face-to-face, phone calls. We do utilize the school website and the social media. That is another big component of this as well. For the strength recognition, I do feel that the administration, I mean, since it is one individual, they are able to get the proper communications or get the proper material out to everyone, whether it be, I mean, emails, face-to-face phone calls, whatever may be, all calls. I mean, this individual is great with giving out information and making sure everyone knows about it. For the weakness concerns, I mean, it's hard to say with it being such a small town. I mean, everyone kind of knows what's going on, and I mean, if you have a question, you can always ask someone, and I mean, if they wouldn't know it, they can always find someone to figure out the problem for you. So I mean, other than that, I mean, maybe like the possibly the business partners. I mean, they don't have that many lines shooting out from their spot, so maybe that would be a concern. But we can go up to the administration, up to the top left. So I ranked all of these in order from most used down to I guess used less frequently. So we got email. That's pretty much the basis of getting information out. I mean, the administration, they can tell you, I mean, if we'll have board meetings, parent-teacher conferences, aspects like that, and also getting out events as well. Another one is big as staff meetings. I mean, in the morning, professional development. That's a big tool that we like to use as well. Getting all the teachers together, so just so they can have time to ask questions. School website, getting that out to all the members. I mean, if there's ever a question, if one of the community members or parents doesn't want to call the school or email someone, they can always look on the school website and they can find the information that they need to get to. Face to face, I mean, with it is being a small town, I mean, everyone knows everyone. It's not hard to find out where a person may or may not be. And then social media, again, like I said. So then next, for the faculty and staff, they use teachers for mostly, I mean, email with parents for their students. I mean, email is pretty much going to be used to contact parents for the most part, but also face-to-face meetings. I mean, if someone's having a difficult time in school or disciplinary issues, this would be a great way to meet up with the teachers, or even with the student as well. And then even phone calls. This is great to utilize. I mean, if it's with teachers having so much to do and not much time to do it, phone calls is a great way to get that done. Next, we have the school board. A lot of their communication will be done by email, sending out new policies or mandates from the states anyways. Then with the face-to-face, they do have board meetings, so I mean, every month they will meet, but also it's not hard to find them, or if you want to email them and set up a time to meet or talk about whatever you want to talk about, those face-to-face meetings would be very essential for that as well. Then they also do send out a lot of Google Docs, just like with the new policies in it. You can read and look at all that. They do have the handbook in there as well, and then also phone calls. Next, for the students, I mean, I can just see, like with the teachers and administration, face-to-face. I mean, they're going to get that time, that face-to-face time in the classroom, or also like in the halls. Another that's big, like with the junior high kids, and junior high and high school, is getting them to understand and frequently use their emails. It's a great tool to remember dates or times for due dates for homework. Google Docs, that's a big one, I'm sure, with everyone. Very easy to access, and a lot of the students, I mean, they're familiar with Google anyways. Also, PowerSchool, a great way for them to view their grades. And I mean, there'll be times if they have a question, they can always come up and ask, or I mean, I know whenever I put in grades, or if they have a missing assignment or a low grade, I mean, I'll put in why, what happened, or what needs to be fixed. And then also social media. I mean, with our administration, there is a large social media, and it does actually get used or frequently looked at. So that is a great tool for the kids. I mean, pretty much all of them are on social media anyways. And then next, we'll go to the external communications. So for the parents, this is just for the schools. The parents, I mean, email, that's probably the most frequently used. Face-to-face, getting them in for parent-teacher conferences, able to meet with teachers, meet with the administration. I mean, school board members will be there as well. Hopefully they bring their students, so then we can get that whole internal communication with the external, get that taken care of. Phone calls, very easy. PowerSchool, I mean, they have access to their students' grades, absences, tardies, you name it. I mean, they're very informed. Social media, school website, like I said, you can find all that, any information really that you're needing for as far as like activity wise, or organizations, clubs that may be meeting, or what time they may be meeting. Next, we'll go to the community members. So this, just with the school, I mean, with it being such a small community, everyone, I mean, knows everyone, like I've said at the beginning of the presentation. I mean, if anyone has a question on what time something starts, where someone's going to be meeting, face-to-face is probably the easiest for those, if not phone. I mean, wouldn't be hard to get someone's phone number as well. Social media and school website again. For business partners, I mean, they might be outside of the community, with it being so small. I mean, there's towns in close proximity that we may use their resources. So email would probably be the best way to communicate with those individuals. Set up a time, get your name out there, and let them know what you're wanting to do. Then hopefully you can have a face-to-face meeting. I mean, if that wouldn't work, and then hopefully a phone call would be able to clear up any confusion or any issues with that. And the next up with the organizations like PTO, Lions Club, Lutheran Church, if they ever want to come into the school and teach the kids something, or if we want to take the kids out to those organizations, again, email would probably be the best bet, so you can get that two-way communication going back and forth. Phone, face-to-face, you'd probably be able to clear up a lot of questions that way. Again, they may have a social media page or a school website, or look on the school website, or they may have a website of their own that the teachers or administration can look and see if they can figure out the problem or figure out the question that they may have. So that is a great tool as well. Hopefully that they do have school websites, but if not, I'm sure a phone call would also take care of the business. And again, with it being such a small town, there are really, everyone knows everyone. If not, you know a close friend of theirs. So that is my external and internal publics for Natoma School District. Thank you.